Virgo, welcome to your monthly readings. We're going to draw Archangel Michael cards from two different packs, tarot cards and runes for you to find out what is happening in October. Beautiful souls, I do my readings, my monthly readings according to the moon, but that's pretty much in alignment with the calendar month at the moment. So, and I am now posting these separately. Thank you so much to those of you who let me know that you couldn't find them. You didn't realise I was doing all Zodiac sign readings, so I am now posting them individually on the channel and putting them into playlists as well. So do check out the homepage. Lots of playlists being organised to make it much easier for you to find videos with specific questions. So yeah, lots and lots of work going on behind the scenes here for you. So beautiful souls, about to say tons of love, but yeah, absolutely loads of love to you, and thank you so much to all of you who contacted me and asked me for these things. So Virgos, let's have a look at what is happening for you in October. I'm seeing this. Very interesting energy around you, Virgos, almost like I don't know whether it's like itchy feet. I've just got a really interesting kind of interesting physical sensation around your reading. Let's see what else we have let's turn some cards over before we say any more. Honour and trust your feelings. New beginnings and a fresh start. Guarded and protected. Your children are watched over by angels. Okay, very interesting cards. We also have prioritise self-care. We have trust your angels. Love this. Guarded and protected. Trust your angels. Let it go. Trust the guidance you're receiving. It's time to play. Okay. This is very interesting. Very interesting indeed, my lovely Virgos. I'm going to draw your runes. Runes, and the one that's showing up first is Manas, the rune of the south. Okay. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. New beginnings and a fresh start. You are being guided to a fresh start. There's something very new coming in, and you're being protected through this. If you're moving or your new start, I say moving, but that's interesting that came through. I think some of you may well be moving. If your movement into your new beginning involves either children, or I want to say also maybe your own inner child being tapped into, then there's reassurance that everything is well. I mean, if, for example, you were moving to a new location and you're worried about, will your children, for example, settle in okay, into a new school? Will they be all right? You really are being assured that everything is going to be okay. It's perfectly okay to make this move. Now we have Nathis, the rune of constraint, and we also have fertility. What I'm seeing here, my lovely Virgos, in this month is that there's certain things you're going to need to attend to in order for this new beginning to actually happen. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Honour and trust your feelings. Now, I sort of feel like you're going to need to pay attention to the details. Now, you're very good at this, lovely Virgos. It's one of your most amazing qualities is that you are really good at paying attention to the detail. Let me just see if I can make sure the camera's focusing for you. I hope that's giving a good view of the cards. Sometimes the rune of fertility requires what I would call completion of beginnings. So again, you're having to pay attention to the details. Nathis actually does say, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. So there's something that it would be a bit like, I would say, moving house. Maybe that's why moving came through. If you're moving house, there's almost like a period of waiting in between. You make a commitment, put forward an offer, or you've seen an apartment you want to rent and you've sent all your references in, but you're having to wait for everything to be processed before you hear back. And really important that you pay attention to the details and make sure that you've crossed the T's, dot the I's. You're very good at this, Virgo, but this is really a good time to utilize these skills. Now, it's also really appropriate for you to be having a fresh start and a new beginning. There's something that you do need to leave behind now. It's appropriate. We've got Archangel Michael's sword of light coming in here, and we're seeing it really twice, and again guarded and protected. So there's something about severing some ties to the past, to something that no longer serves you, so that you can embrace the future. So again, maybe there are some crossing the T's and dotting the I's might not just be in practical terms, it may also be energetically. It's also important for you to take time out to relax. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. Make sure you do. I think I'm going to use house moving as an example because it is I think it's in one of the top 3 stresses that house moving is because it's everything is so down to timing and so many people are involved, and so it's a big stress. It's recognized as being a big stress, and in many ways, we're so focused, we tend to be locked into the worry and the anxiety about it rather than stepping away and just trusting that actually your angels will take care of things. It's all going to be okay. Everyone is going to be okay. It's all going to pan out. Just sort of stepping away. Our worry can actually fuel the sort of the energetics that we don't want rather than the ones that we do. So I do feel there's some very strong guidance here from Archangel Michael about making sure that you do step away. Don't just get too embroiled in the worry of the transition. Whatever that is, whatever this transition is. Okay, let's ask for more details for you, my lovely Virgos. Maybe have more details about this transition, this new beginning. For my lovely Virgos, please. Okay, so we have the Hierophant and the Sun. How beautiful is that? Wonderful. And then you have the 5 of Cups. Okay, this is really, really interesting. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 6 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Pentacles. This new beginning is really good for you, Virgo. It really, really is, my lovely Virgos. You're being asked here to make a commitment to seeing it through, but through a really positive lens. I think some of you are processing in your new beginning. You're still processing the loss of something. That's what I'm seeing here. Let me move these up. With the 5 of Cups, I think something didn't work out, or there's something in the new beginning that you are almost grieving for, actually. And the new beginning is really right for you. It's completely perfect. The wheel is turning. It's the right time. The 6 of Cups is a joyous card. The 7 of Wands, I'm seeing you rising through this. And with the 4 of Pentacles, this really is a window. It's an opportunity for a genuine new beginning that's around you, my lovely Virgos. Now, whatever or however this arrives in the context of your personal circumstances, I do feel there has been there's a grieving or a letting go. It would be like, even, I'm going back to using the moving house thing, but even if you were moving house and you really, really want to, or you're relocating and you're moving because you've got the best job in the world that you're moving to and it's fantastic, there's still sadness because you're perhaps letting go of neighbours or family that were on the doorstep before, or, there's something about grieving. Even though you want this more than anything, you're still letting go and grieving of a chapter that's closing. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. You're being asked to really hold that positive light because in your heart of hearts this is completely right. This is an amazing opportunity. Kind of like packing off and going off to university for the first time. It's epic, and you kind of know your life is never going to be the same again. And you're so excited, but there's also sadness. It's like you're leaving the security of, being a child, of being looked after, perhaps, and moving into the bigger world. It's amazing. You can't wait. But there's some worry, some nervousness about it. Why wouldn't there be? It's completely nerve-wracking in its own way. It's new. But there is something very new, very fresh, arriving in your world, a new chapter, and it feels pretty big. Now, it's going to be supporting you in kind of rising, really. It's absolutely right, because it's about you stepping up. This really is an opportunity for you to step up and start a new chapter of your world, which I think holds a very, very different landscape for you in some way, shape or form. Could be like if you were broken-hearted and you meet someone new. Wow, it's a biggie, isn't it, to take that step and move into the world of relationships again. But, and there'll be an element of sadness over the one that didn't work out, but you kind of know you want this, and this is looking really solid. This has got substance. Where you are heading, the new beginning has substance and solidness. It's moving you into a place where there is going to be greater longevity, greater success here. This is all about making that commitment and seeing this transition through, letting go of, releasing. Literally, letting go isn't always cutting cords. For some of you, it may be cutting cords. Oh, wow. Cards have just dropped onto the floor. Let me just pick them up, beautiful souls. I don't know if you noticed that, probably just right at the edge of the camera, but this has also come in. Let me pick these up. Do you know what I'm hearing in that? Some of you are picking up the pieces. Some of you are picking up the pieces. I'm going to use these cards and this one as well. I think some of you are picking up the pieces after something. This will not apply to everyone, but some of you are picking up the pieces after things didn't work out. The card that was here is the card of the world, so that's a card of completion. Yeah, it's absolutely right that this completes and comes to its natural end. It's really right that this chapter closes. We then have the Queen of Wands. We have the card of Justice. We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Lovers, and then we have the Six of Swords. I do think some of you could be moving overseas even, or there could be travel for some of you. Let me move those over a little bit. There we are. Yeah, I think some of you could literally be moving overseas, travelling. If you've met somebody, it could be a long distance relationship and you're moving to be with them, if that's the new beginning. I mean, that won't apply to all of you, but I do think there is real movement. It's absolutely, the timing is now right. Whatever needed to happen in order for you to be able to move forwards to a new beginning, this is what's now happening. Yeah, I do feel some of you did have to pick up the pieces in some way, shape or form. But it does feel as though karmically this is now right. Something is being righted, something is being addressed. Balance is being returned. Make a commitment, see it through. I think for the most of you, this is something you really want, this new beginning. But there's definitely an emotionality, an undertone of emotionality around it as well. Now, the transformation is coming. Ultimately, you do have choices here, even though you may have been feeling as though you picked up the pieces. I think in some ways, you're reviewing your choices. Some of you are looking back, actually. I think part of the emotionality here is that you're looking back and you're thinking about the different choices that you made along the way. Contemplating them. For example, if you did have a relationship that went wrong, you're probably contemplating at the beginning of a new one, how could you do it differently? You know, what actually went wrong? You know, when that didn't work out, how did you handle it? So there's a different perspective. There's a lot of review and evaluation going on around you here. But it is time to let go of something once and for all that kind of can't come back. It can't be revived. We're seeing so many cards of endings. We have the World, we have the Six of Swords as you move away. So many cards of completions, but a lot of review. In many ways, actually, as well, this new chapter is opening your choices for you, lovely Virgos. There will be new decisions to make, new choices to make. Very, very interesting. Do excuse me, coughing away here. It's funny, even clearing my throat, I feel it's like a clearing, a cleansing. This does feel like a very significant new beginning for you, my lovely Virgos. Really, really significant. I'm going to move into the extendeds, I think. Now, you're welcome to join me for the extendeds. What I'm going to look at is relationships. I will draw a card for relationships, and this is relationships across the board. So it's not just love, although it could be. We'll look at that aspect of relationship, but we'll look at relationships generally, including family relationships. And we'll look at also your career, your money, your finances, your home, the substance of your life, where you live, that kind of stuff. And we'll also look, I think, at where you're going, you know, your dreams, your wishes in the future, how they're panning out, and how what is happening now has an impact on the future. So that's what we're going to do in the extendeds. But this is a very important new beginning for you. It's very personal to you as well. I'm not saying it doesn't involve other people. I think it may have been initiated by you, or your personal circumstances have initiated this transformation, this change, this new beginning. This is very much a doorway, a portal to a new beginning where you can re-establish yourself in a different way. Very, very different way. It feels as though you can sort of literally transform, almost like for some of you, it's like reinventing yourself. Really interesting energy. Lovely Virgos. Right, I'm going to move to the extendeds. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this is really, really helpful. Keep at it. You know, this is really fruitful for you. The reflection is valuable because we learn from hindsight, don't we? That's a valuable thing. The grieving, the cleansing is helpful because that cleans you energetically to move to the new. Cutting cords, being diligent with things as well to make sure that everything is attended to in the right way. But I'm seeing this as a fabulous new beginning for you. I really, really am. Really opening your world up. Almost karmically, this it feels like a karmic intervention, actually, this new beginning. It's coming at a significant point in time. So very, very valuable, very powerful. Don't forget to rest up and take time out, and don't worry too much about the transition. As long as you are diligent with the details and you're ever so good at that, then everything will fall into place. And you know, this is definitely, as I said, it feels like there's a real karmic energy around this. This had to happen. It was this was really important. It was a karmic kind of, it's a karmic transition and a karmic new beginning for you. So commit and follow through. It's really, there's a huge opportunity here. Lovely Virgos, I will see you maybe in the extendeds, or I will see you hopefully for another reading here on the main YouTube channel. Tons of love, beautiful souls.